chicas. Here is the Mi Familia video lesson. If I talk too fast at any time, feel free to hit pause on this. So on the top of your paper, I want you to write Mi Familia. And mi means my. Make sure you say me. It's not pronounced me like me llamo. Okay, now if you look at this, it's color-coded. First of all, I have family and relatives in purple. For family, it's la familia. And for relatives, it's los parientes. Los parientes. People usually think los parientes means parents. It doesn't. I'm going to give you the word for parents. Now, while we're doing this slideshow, oh no, what has happened? Un momento. While we're doing the slideshow, you will see that I'll have the masculine word for grandpa. All the masculine words will be in blue. The feminine words will be in pink, but when I do the plural, they're going to be in blue again. Because when I have the word for el abuelo for grandpa and la abuela for grandma, if I want to put them together, I have to go plural masculine. So I take the word grandpa and I make it plural, los abuelos. Even if I wanted to say 3 grandmas and 1 grandpa and I want to put them together and say grandparents, even though there's more grandmas, I would still say los abuelos. Masculine is stronger. Now, I can make it plural. If I just want to say grandmas, maybe you have 3 grandmas, then it would be las abuelas. Okay, so here we go. Grandpa, el abuelo. Grandma, la abuela. Grandparents, los abuelos. Here's some sample sentences. Mi abuelo se llama Willis. My grandpa, se llama, really means calls himself Willis. Like how we say me llamo for my name is, I call myself. If you're using someone else, it'd be se llama. Another way you could do it is mi abuela es Flora. My grandma is Flora. Or you could say Flora es mi abuela. Flora is my grandma. Now, this is brand new right here, this mis. Mis is my plural. Since I'm saying abuelos, it has to be mis. Just like how my el up here goes plural to los, mi goes plural as well. So mis abuelos son Willis y Flora. My grandparents are Willis and Flora. That son means are. So I have 2 questions over here. ¿Cuántos abuelos tienes? ¿Cuántos is how much or how many? Abuelos, how many grandparents? Tienes, do you have? Now, if I was asking a feminine word, like how many grandmas do you have? It'd be ¿cuántas abuelas tienes? My second question is, ¿Cómo se llama tu abuela? What is your grandma's name? So you could answer like I do, mi abuela es Flora, or you could say, mi abuela se llama Flora. Different options here. Okay, here we go, the next screen. To say dad or father, it's el padre. El padre. To say daddy, el papa. Accent mark on the last A, papa. If you do not have the accent mark on that last A, papa means potato. We don't want to call your dad a potato. Okay, the next one, mom and mother is la madre. And the word for mommy is la mama. Now, this is the only one that really doesn't follow the pattern. So up here it goes, el abuelo, make it feminine, la abuela. Mom and dad are the only ones. They're similar, but they're not as similar as all the other words. Now, if you want to say parents, you have to put the word for dad and make it plural, los padres. That's the word for parents, los padres. So right here I have a photo, and I have Farrell es mi padre, mi madre es Elaine. Okay, or I could swap it, mi padre es Farrell, or Elaine es mi madre. Or I could say, mi padre se llama Farrell, like I did on the abuelos. So I have a question here. ¿Cómo se llama tu madre? What is your mom's name? You could say se llama and give her name, or you could answer it like I do over here. ¿Y tu padre? Okay, so the rest of these are going to be like abuelo, abuela. If you know the masculine, you can figure out the feminine. For uncle is el tío. That's an accent mark on the I. The word aunt is la tía, accent mark on the I. And put them all together is los tíos. Okay, it's not uncommon in the Spanish culture to just call your aunt and uncle tío and tía. Okay, so it says, tengo 4 tíos y 3 tías. I have 4 uncles and 3 aunts. Mi tía favorita es Patricia. Now, this favorita could be favorito if I was talking about a tío. And notice it goes afterwards. My aunt favorite is Patricia. We're going to get into why the adjectives are after the nouns later. So my question is, ¿cuántos tíos tienes? How many uncles do you have? Now I'm talking about tías, so I'm going to say, ¿cuántas tías tienes? For brother, it's el hermano. The H is silent. For sister, la hermana. Put them all together, los hermanos. If you just want to say sisters, it'd be las hermanas. Aquí estoy con mis hermanos. Se llama Randy. Se llama Jim. Aquí es yo. Look how cute I was, you guys. So I'm asking, ¿cuántos hermanos tienes? How many brothers do you have? ¿Cuántas hermanas tienes? How many sisters do you have? And here are my sentences I have. Tengo dos hermanos. I have two brothers. Se llaman. Now I have an A-N at the end because I'm talking about more than one person. Randy y Jim. Another way I could do it is mis, make it plural, hermanos son Randy y Jim. Then I say, no tengo una hermana. I don't have a sister. Okay, for cousin, el primo, make it feminine, la prima, put them all together, los primos. Tengo dos primos. I have two cousins. Mi prima favorita es Lisa. Okay, there's that A again, prima favorita. If I'm doing my primo favorito, and I'm talking about a guy, I would put primo favorito es David. Okay, so, ¿cuántos primos tienes? How many cousins do you have? ¿Cómo se llama tu primo favorito? What's the name of your favorite cousin? All of these, you do not have to answer them, okay? These are practice ones that we're going to come back to. Okay, the next one. Some of you guys may be a tío or a tía. Maybe you will be later on down the road. But the word for nephew is el sobrino. Make it feminine, la sobrina. And put them all together, los sobrinos. So right here, I put them all together. Tengo 12 sobrinos. I have 12 nieces and nephews. Tengo 13 bis sobrinos. I have 13 great nieces and nephews. That B-I-S right there is great, okay? So I could put it with a great-grandpa, bisabuelo, or a great-grandma, bisabuela. So feel free to use the B-I-S. It just means great. Okay, so I'm asking you, ¿es usted un tío o una tía? Are you an uncle or an aunt? ¿Cuántos sobrinos tienes? Then here are my sample sentences. Joey es mi sobrino. Aquí es Joey. Y Ruby es mi bisobrina. She's my great niece. Okay, for son, el hijo. Remember, do not say the H. El hijo. A daughter, la hija. Do not say the H and put them all together, los hijos. A lot of times in movies, you'll see the mom call their son mijo. And basically, it's my son together, mi hijo. And they say mijo. Or the guys or the dads will be calling their daughters mija, which means my daughter. Okay? So it's just a term of endearment. A lot of times they don't call them by their names. It's always mijo or mija. So I'm asking, ¿cuántos hijos están en tu familia? How many children are in your family? And I have tengo dos hijas. I have two daughters. Mis hijas, that's go plural, son are Mallory y Aubrey. No tengo un hijo. I don't have a son. Okay, we talked about this before. They really don't consider step-parents to be step-parents in the Hispanic culture. It's like a father or a mother. But they have these words because in the American society, because a lot of people are like, that's my dad, but that's my stepdad. We make sure that people know which one's the real one, which one's the step one, okay? So all they do here is they take the word for dad, mom, brother, and sister. They take off the last letter. So on this one, they took off the E, they took off the E, they took off the O, they took off the A, and they put ostro or ostra at the end. So a stepfather is el padrastro, stepmother, la madrastra, a stepbrother, el hermanastro, and a stepsister, la hermanastra. And my sentence is, no tengo un padrastro, una madrastra, un hermanastro, o una manastra. ¿Tienes? So I said, I don't have a stepdad, a stepmom, I don't have a stepbrother or a stepsister. Do you have one? Okay, so if you have a sobrino or a sobrina, a niece or a nephew, chances are you probably have a brother-in-law or a sister-in-law. So to say brother-in-law is el cuñado, el cuñado. A sister-in-law, la cuñada, la cuñada. And put them all together, los cuñados. Here is your English lesson for the day. It's brothers-in-law and sisters-in-law. It's not brother-in-laws. Don't make the word laws plural. It's brothers. Okay, so that's your English lesson. So I have tengo dos cuñados. I have 2 brothers-in-law. Tengo tres cuñadas. I have 3 sisters-in-law. My question is, ¿tienes cuñados o cuñadas? Now here's my sentence. Sean es el hermano de mi esposo. Sean is the brother of my husband. Sean es mi cuñado. La esposa de Sean es mi cuñada. The wife of Sean is my sister-in-law. Peggy es mi cuñada. Peggy is my sister-in-law. So you just saw the words esposo and esposa, so here they are. The word for husband, el esposo, kind of looks like a spouse. Take it feminine, la esposa, la esposa. A married couple, los esposos. So my sentence is, tengo un esposo. I have a husband. Se llama Shane. He calls himself Shane. Or I could say, Shane es mi esposo. Getting ready to celebrate 29 años together, you guys. That's a long time. This is the first time I could add pictures for the screen. Okay, so a grandson is el nieto. To make it a granddaughter, la nieta. And put them all together, los nietos. So I have my sentences. Tengo una nieta. Mi nieta es Ana. I have a granddaughter. My granddaughter is Ana. Tengo un nieto. Mi nieto es Hudson. I have a grandson. My grandson is Hudson. So here we have Hudson, and here's Anna. This is Edith. This is Hudson's dachshund. She did not like him at first, but now that she realized he's a warm-bodied and he keeps her warm, she likes him now. This is their first meeting, and this is Anna looking at her padre. So here's a different sentence I have. Mis abuelos tienen 15 nietos. Now I'm using the word tienen. You know, tengo and tienes. Tienen means they have. So my grandparents have, because it's they, 15 nietos. They have 15 grandchildren. Okay, here's some more words. A friend is el amigo. I'm sure you know that. And a female friend is la amiga. Friends are los amigos. A boyfriend is el novio. Turn it feminine, la novia. And some other words you need to know. La gente means people, but another word for people is las personas. So you could use la gente or las personas. But la gente is weird because it acts as a single, or as a not plural, it's singular. There we go. Sorry. And this one is a plural, or you could just say a person is a la persona. And I have la esposo de Aubrey es Tommy. Aquí is Tommy. El esposo de Mallory is Alex. Aquí is Alex. Okay, this is the family tree that I'm going to give you a separate video on. But if you look at this family tree, it is short and simple, okay? I did not add in all of my cousins over here with their spouses and their grandkids. And so this is a simple version. I'm going to go into a more detailed explanation for you in another video. So go back, check your spelling on all of these, and I will talk to you soon. Adios.